So get ready, Apple is about to change the music world forever. No, not really. So what happened is in the Apple Music app, people started to see a prompt that says, get ready, music is about to change forever. So is Apple changing music forever? Probably not. So what the hell is this about? It's about a prompt that people got in. It said, well, get ready, music is about to change forever. And people said, oh, what the hell is that about? And apparently it's about a new hi-fi system, hi-fi option in Apple Music. What is hi-fi? High fidelity audio, better quality songs, better quality audio in their music streaming platform. Does it change the world of music forever? It's a marketing term. Of course not. It doesn't change. And back in the day when music piracy was a thing, the way you would know that the thing that you downloaded is good quality is you would look at the bitrate. So if it's 320 kilobits per second, it means it's the best form out there in terms of MP3 at least. And I've been that hole before, and I tried to compare the quality between different bit rates, and I swear to you, I cannot hear the difference, and apparently not many people can hear the difference between high quality audio streaming and normal quality audio streaming. I mean, probably some people can. If you're an audiophile, if you know what you're listening for, probably you will be able to differentiate the lower quality and the higher quality ones. If you have very good equipment and you are an audiophile, you enjoy music so much and you know what you want out of this, this is probably for you. But is Apple really gonna change anything drastically? No, maybe they will just add up the price of Apple Music. And the way they found this is really interesting though. We'll come back to how quality affects things in a bit, but the way they found this is, well, I knew that there are Apple-made apps on Android. I knew there was one that is iOS, like move to iOS app. If you had an Android phone and you had to move all your crap to iOS, you would use that app. And I knew that there was some other apps, and apparently Apple Music is one of them. And there is two more. One is Beats. If you own Beats headphones and you need to use the app, there's an app by Apple, but it's Beats acquired Apple. I mean, Apple acquired Beats, so maybe it was there before. I mean, that's one. And the other one is Apple TV. So it's basically all Apple services. It's related to music and video. And because in the Android platform, you can look at code rather easily compared to iOS, they were able to find it referenced in code. And apparently it's happening. But in terms of actual audio quality, maybe they will add a fancy like 8D feature, like spatial audio thing, but people can't really notice the difference. And when you add Bluetooth connectivity, the iPhones don't have ports, at least without the dongle, so you would have Bluetooth headset. Bluetooth is a lossy way of transmitting data, and just because of that, you're losing audio. So I don't know what's the play here. Maybe it's an advertising thing. This article by The Verge is citing that there are competitors who are doing this, like Amazon Music HD and Tidal. Honestly, I don't know anyone who gives a crap about how high quality their music is. I think people care about having as much as wide as a library as possible, and that it's seamless and works in all their devices. But it's interesting to me that Apple Music exists on Android, and this is the new thing that is on Apple's pipeline. I mean, exams are coming. Maybe someone really has a really dedicated system to calm them down while they're studying, and they want this top-notch quality music. I don't know, it's coming. It is for someone, and very soon we'll see it. And Twitter are also working on something new. And I've talked about this, I think, in a previous video, that Twitter will no longer be free. And they found, again, in the code, something called Twitter Blue. And apparently it will cost $2.99 a month. And when I saw this, I was like, a subscription service for Twitter. What will it entail? What advantages will it give me? Well, one, no ads. I don't know if people are really annoyed by ads, but Twitter recently bought a company that you pay for, and then they would take down the ads for you, and then I guess give some of the proceedings to the advertisers. So they bought that company and brought it down. The company is called, will I find it? Scroll. It's called Scroll. That cost $5 per month to remove ads, and Twitter bought this company and then shuttered it down. So that's one feature, no ads on Twitter if you have the subscription model. And another thing is your bookmark, that bookmark feature you have in Twitter now will be categorized into options. You can put them in news, you can put them in funny, and you can categorize them. And another thing is you can undo tweet. Now when you send a tweet, you can undo sending a tweet. And that's pretty much what's known right now. They found it in the code, and apparently Twitter are working on charging people for Twitter. I don't know who the hell is charging for anything. It seems like the free to use way of doing things, like YouTube, for example, you watch for free and then advertisers advertise. It seems like the most appealing to users. But of course, I'm sure that someone is gonna subscribe to Twitter Blue. Maybe you use Twitter exclusively for news, and it's very important to you, and ads are very distracting. You need Twitter Blue, just like Apple will find people who subscribe to their high fidelity, whatever they call it, Apple bundle. People will subscribe to this Twitter Blue thing. So a follow-up to a story I talked about before. It might be called Twitter Blue. It costs $2 per month. And I don't know if it's going to be successful, but yeah, it's happening. Speaking of Twitter, Elon Musk have been in the news because of cryptocurrency. I talked about cryptocurrency in a video. Maybe you should check it out. And one of the things I talked about with my guest Ahmed is how Bitcoin is very, very power hungry and energy inefficient. And I also talked about how Elon Musk said in Twitter that Tesla will be accepting Bitcoin to buy the cars. You can buy a car using Bitcoin. And now he tweeted that the company will no longer accept it because of the damage it has on the environment, and people went nuts and sold their Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's price went down as you expect. Maybe it went up a little bit again. Crypto is a very dangerous thing. Anyone who invests in that should know, but it shows you how powerful someone who has this influence. He just tweets something and then he changes people's lives who invested in this thing. People are really furious with regards to how did you not know it had this much carbon footprint? How did you not know it was damaging to the environment? My argument is everything you really do affects the environment in some way. This guy builds car factories in Texas and in China, and sends space rockets to Mars, and is testing rockets and making cars, and these all take resources, massive resources. So he might have known that it uses energy, but he didn't know he would get backlash in terms of supporting Bitcoin in specific, and then maybe it went through a discussion period where you think, oh wait, we made that decision, maybe we should review it. It took a while, and then they took it down. maybe it's a conspiracy thing if you believe that he knew that and he did it to jack the price of Bitcoin and then sell it. I don't know. It's just a complicated mess. But you see how someone who is a very big influencer when it comes to crypto land just tweets something, changes a lot in a very short period of time. Anyway, Elon Musk is toying with Bitcoin. He's the Dogecoin guy. Crypto is very crazy, very hard to navigate, and stuff like this even make it even stranger to navigate. And one more weird story, the final story, is I talked about this also before. Fake COVID vaccines and certificates and test certificates. The market of that is growing, according to this article by The Guardian. And apparently there are more than 1,200 vendors selling these false documents for as little as £25. And the article is saying in the beginning it was 20 merchants or vendors, or what do you call them, in November, and then they became 600 in January, and now they're estimated to be more than 1,200, and they are selling so many different things. The channels, so maybe you're thinking, how do they sell them? They sell them on Telegram and the dark web and other ways, I guess. And what they do is basically when someone takes a picture of their COVID vaccine form, or you get a picture of how it looks, you can forge the document pretty accurately, how it looks and what details it should have. And it's really strange. And one way people are marketing this is saying, okay, I'm selling a prank COVID test or a prank, but it's very close to the original, where it's obvious what they intend to use it for, or to sell it to the people who would use it for falsifying evidence. And apparently, they also sell weird stuff like drugs that are supposedly gonna help someone with the COVID symptoms, and they sell you. In the beginning, it was selling masks and preventive stuff like the hand sanitizers, and now it's going crazy with this stuff, and people are trying to mark them down. And this article is saying it comes from everywhere. It comes from Spain, France, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Mexico, Australia. And it's false negative tests and false vaccine certifications. I guess people are anti-vaccine, and it's a requirement to be vaccinated in some cases. So if they don't want to take the vaccine and they have to be vaccinated, fake vaccinated. I wish there is a way for the governments to have a concrete way. Like in Bahrain, if you're vaccinated, you're in a global system that you're vaccinated. You can't really just fake that you're vaccinated. If you come to any hospital where they can check your identity and then it would show up, you're vaccinated. I don't know, man. This is what's needed. It's not a piece of paper that proves it. It should be like something electronic, I guess. I mean, we have cryptocurrencies, NFTs, so many complicated technologies. Why don't we have a very concrete way of proving that you tested negative or you have the vaccine? Anyway, this is the end for this week's news roundup. And I have exams coming up, so wish me luck, and I'll see you next week, and enjoy the rest of your week. Goodbye.